Yeah, I have a lot of games planned I can play. It's all DS for now. It's all DS. And we'll see how. We'll have to see. My plan is to only do two at a time, two let's plays at a time. Sonic Rush and Platinum right now. That's the current schedule. But afterwards, I have really cool things lined up, and I'm really excited. Pokemon as well. I'm really excited about it, but we'll have to see how fast I can go through these games, especially since I record everything and I don't cut anything out. Also, it's also the thing, but I might just up my pace a little bit because I saw that we already at like part 30 beyond. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just how it is, and unapologetically doing that. No, recording the let's play like I do. It's also interesting how my accent, like if you're a native speaker, you must be complete. If you watch this from part one must be so confused as of my accent or how I use English language, because it's probably so all over the place. I switched to British in one video, then I switched to American, then I switched to probably whatever. It always depends on what I'm watching, actually. Like, I can recognize if I would rewatch the older episodes, I would like recognize what content I was probably watching at the time, or who I was listening to. It even goes through music, goes through podcasts or interviews I'm watching while I eat, or anything language related. I always notice it bleeds into how I speak, and I've always had that not ability. I've always done this, or even gestures. I'm very much I don't know if everyone does this. I've also noticed other people do it, but I morph into the speaking habits of the ones that I listen to very much. Even friends, I notice myself adapt certain cadence of words and certain way of gesture, even mimic maybe. And I've also noticed it on other people. I can like recognize who someone has spent time with prior to meeting me, for example. I would be able, not even in such an intrusive way, I would just, if I know both people and I know that they talk to each other, I can like see glimpses of the other one's language, and that's amazing. And I also see it in myself. I watch myself do that, and yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, but you know, I'm a bit worried that we might not make it through the whole cave. When I look at my health status, I've barely paid attention. I was just running through it, but yeah, we can handle it. Maybe we can. We'll see. But yeah, you must be like so confused about the way I use dialect, because it's just all over the place and doesn't have any structure, and it changes probably episode to episode. But you know, I also thought of because during Let's Playing I also noticed it, and I was like, do I want to adapt to one accent and keep that, because it must be so strange to watch this and hear me change it all the time, even from word to word. And I would think, no, let's leave it. It's what it is. Then that's probably the charm of it. That's just how I am, and I'm gonna keep it that way. That's it. And through time, because I talk more and I notice myself getting better at speaking on my own, which was also one of my side goals in doing this, because I was never really prone to be able to hold monologue for very long, or let's say I wasn't interested in doing so. In conversation, of course, you flow, you go with the other person, but on your own, sitting for whatever, like 2 hours talking, I could never truly imagine how that must be, and I'm really glad for the experience now, and I really enjoy it, and I see myself getting better at holding that dialogue essentially with myself, or essentially with an imaginary viewer, because I'm talking to them through this portal of this video. And they're receiving it, and they're doing with that what they might, find comfort in it, reminisce the game with me through the ether space that is the internet. Well, but I'm actually glad we survived this fight. Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. I thought that Aeroflare was gonna get sparked by this. Well. But yeah, microphone, only update I will ever do. Accent is very strange. Yeah, I really don't even know which ones I use or which ones I switch between. I know that I use British and American words completely mixed. I know that about myself. I noticed that about myself. But otherwise, the most strange thing is probably the switch up in my whole tonality from recording session to recording session. Yeah, as you probably noticed if you've watched this for some parts, is that I record these videos in bulk. I sit down and I record. That's it. And then I cut them up in pieces. And then there's different recording sessions, of course, and then they always range from like 1.5 hours to 2 hours regularly, if that, if 2 hours, probably below that, 1:30 always, at least for most of the time. And then you will definitely notice a switch up if you go to the next session. I will be much calmer and talk different accent, and then I will be like now I feel more talkative than I would feel, than I have felt previously. I previously have felt less talkative than this, and I still pulled it off. Right now it's really cool. That's why I wanted to use this very moment. This morning I just noticed, okay, today I would really be into doing this. I would really enjoy myself, and that's why I did it. Got up, got some work done. Took a run, a little at least. I was really overtrained. I was really like, my whole body felt like a muscle ache, essentially. Short run, got in the shower, did some work, and now I'm here, and that's it. And yeah, reminiscing the game. I've also, you know, I've teased this a bunch of times. There's also a new idea I want to share. Whoever's watching, but you know, I think long term, I think like maybe someone gonna watch through this in whatever time, and they're gonna enjoy the journey of my thoughts with me. I don't know, we'll see. But I've been plotting doing these video game playlists, and doing them after let's playing the game. So for instance, I would finish my Pokémon Platinum Let's Play, and then afterwards, while freshly having played it, or even collecting while I play it, I would upload a music compilation, a playlist, to this channel as well. One long one, like 1 hour or beyond, depending on how I want to go, with little pictures and maybe the script, not even descriptions, but just the vibes, just immortalize the vibes of what I feel with the game and my favorite tracks of it, and like have it encapsulated in one playlist, and with pictures for each composition. That's what I envision, and the other thing I envision, and I would always upload that after finishing the Let's Play. After the final part, there would be the playlist. And then I've also really been into these game retrospectives, especially Liam Triforce. If you know him, you probably do. If you know about video game essays or retrospectives, then you must know him, because he's probably the most prevalent, the killer in the game right now. Liam Triforce. Whenever you see this, hello, I greet you, I salute you for your work. I've really enjoyed it with my dinners. And I can imagine myself also doing maybe after the individual plays, doing a similar format where I speak on my experience with the particular game and what I connect with it and what I value in it. Even maybe sections regarding the soundtrack, because I always pay close attention to things that I don't often see discussed in other content.